Hi there, welcome to another CD finds video, thrift finds video. I have a lot to show you. If you hear noise outside, it's construction work right in front of our door. It's a lot of fun. 4 CDs that I found today, and all the others, I don't even know how many, maybe 45 CDs, I have no clue. They're from last week. So I'm gonna go through them as quickly as I can, but it's gonna be a long video, so hope you have time. Starting off, this is Graveyard with Lights Out. It's on a label called Nuclear Blast, which is a metal label. This is not metal though. It's hard rock. I don't know where they're from. Sweden maybe, but yeah. Had to pick that up. Then a Dutch group, Moog. This is Moog and the Metropole Orchestra. It's also the title of the album. It's a CD and a DVD. They're a post-punk band, a newer post-punk band from around 2006. And yeah, a lot of UK bands that started to use post-punk in their sound, but this is a Dutch band. The lead singer, however, is from the United Kingdom. So it sounds very British. It's a little booklet here. So Moog. Then here we have, what is this called? Patrick Moraz and Bill Bruford, Flags. Bill Bruford from Yes. And Patrick Moraz, I don't know if he was in Yes, but he's a keyboard wizard from the 80s. And this is from 1985. It's on EG, which is, I think, Brian Eno's label. But yeah, had to pick that up. Then we have here the Prodigal Sons. This one is called Wine of Life. Prodigal Sons are a Dutch rock group from the early 90s, late 80s. This is on MR Munich Records, which I like. They're a Dutch label that did a lot of Americana type stuff. So I don't know where this fits into the catalog, but some early Dutch rock music. I'm interested. There was a lot of this. This is a lot of work by Rudy Trouvé or something. I don't know how you pronounce his name. He's a Belgian musician who was at one point part of Deus. If you know Deus, they're an indie rock group from Belgium that had a little success early 90s. Anyway, this is one of his many projects. This is called Gore Slut. Yes, that's a really cool name. The title of this CD is These Days Are the Quiet Kind. This is the artwork he does himself. It's on, what is it, Heaven Hotel, and a German release on Stickman. I think this one is more indie rock. There's more of that later on. This is Ryuichi Sakamoto. What is it called? 1,000 Knives of Ryuichi Sakamoto. Early 80s, I believe, maybe late 70s. Electronic music, obviously. It's, as you can see, the Japanese release. Doesn't have the OB, but I don't care. Pretty cool. Here we have another Gore Slut CD. This one is called Above the Lisa Drugstore. Yeah, Above the Lisa Drugstore. So, some more of that. Here we have the Boo Radleys. I believe I have this on vinyl. Everything's Alright Forever. I really like the Boo Radleys. There's an animated series now on HBO called Lazarus. They do the the theme tune for that, or the end tune. So every time I watched it, every end of the series, I completely watched the series till the last credits because the Boo Radleys were on. So yeah, Boo Radleys, some Britpop, really, really good. Then this is Don Covey. Checking in with Don Covey. This is on Mercury, and I think it's sort of a soul slash bluesy kind of thing. I don't really know Don Covey, but that's him. And yeah, it looks cool enough for me to pick up. Here we have The Three, which is another Japanese release, a jazz CD. The Three is actually Joe Sample, Ray Brown, and Shelly Maine, and it's a jazz trio. It's on, what is the label's name? East Wind. This is from the late 70s. So yeah, I had to pick that up. Another album that I had to pick up. This is Crosswinds by Billy Cobham. I have this on vinyl. It's such a really, really good, funky record. A little booklet here. So yeah, it says it's jazz master, but it's sort of maybe jazz fusion, but very, very funky. Billy Cobham. Then Stephen Stills 2. Also have this on vinyl. I love Stephen Stills. Here we have Passport. What is it called? Ataraxia from 1978. Features Klaus Doldinger, German musician, and it's jazz fusion again, maybe more progressive, more rock-based jazz fusion. But to be quite honest, I don't know. I have some of their stuff on vinyl, but I've not listened to it in a very, very long time. But this one I didn't have yet, so I had to pick that up. Here we have Sloan with Smeared. I believe they're Canadian, if I'm not mistaken. This is a CD that came out in the early 90s, 1992. It's indie music. It's maybe grungy. I haven't listened to this one yet. I have other CDs by them. Again, I haven't listened to it in a long time, but I had to pick this up. Then, yeah, this one again, I had to pick this up. This is the Fleshtones with Power Stance on Big Beat Records. This is from early 90s, 1991, some alternative music, garage type stuff. Here we have a best of Rufus and Chaka Khan. It's called The Very Best of Rufus and Chaka Khan. I don't think I need to explain much about it. It's Chaka Khan. Everybody knows Chaka Khan. Excuse me. Oh. Before she did solo stuff, she was in Rufus. Funky, soulful, excellent stuff. Then some more jazz fusion. This is Return to Forever, featuring Chick Corea. Where Have I Known You Before? I don't have this on vinyl or CD, so I had to pick this up. This is from the 70s, 1974 to be precise. I enjoy Return to Forever. Who else is in here? Lenny White, Stanley Clarke, Al Di Meola. Good stuff. So the CDs, jazz CDs, as you can see, some of them are really, really interesting. Ryan Adams, Love Is Hell. I always pick up Ryan Adams, not Bryan Adams, but Ryan Adams, because I do kind of like what he does. Not a huge fan, but I enjoy it. This is from, I don't know, somewhere late, early 2000. Love is Hell. Here we got some more late 80s, early 90s, I think garage type stuff. I don't know, maybe alternative, maybe punk rock. It's called Sister Ray, and the CD is called No Way to Express. It is on Resonance Records, and it's distributed from the Netherlands. I don't know by which company, but again, had to pick that up. Then some Dutch music. This is, yeah, the phone is ringing. I'm not picking it up. What is this? This is Eckhart. There, you can see it. It's on Excelsior Records, which is a Dutch indie label. Here's a better view of the logo. There's a booklet here. I don't know what this is. Most of the time they do Britpop styled indie pop, indie rock. Some electronic stuff is what they did. They did some blues. I don't know what this is, but I always enjoy their stuff, so I picked that up. Then we have The National with Boxer. So a lot of glare here. There we are. This one is on Beggar's Banquet. I think this is my first National album, so I had to pick that up. This is a DAAU. I think I'm going to try to pronounce it now. It's a German name, but it's a Belgian group. Die Anarchistische Abendunternehmung, or the anarchistic, that's it, evening entertainment. Something like that. The album is called We Need New Animals, and it's a sort of experimental jazz rock thing. It's Belgium, from a period that Belgium was really, really excellent in terms of alternative music. So DAAU. Then we have this one. This is Rain Tree Crow. Rain Tree Crow, which is David Sylvian, a project he did in the early 90s, I think 1991. It's on Virgin Records. It's more experimental, but yeah, I had to pick that up. Then Thelonious Monk. This is Thelonious Monk Quartet with Misterioso. There's a booklet here. Again, like I said, the jazz was really, really good this time around. Normally it's not good. This I picked up because of the label. It's on Echo Records. It's Brendan Benson with My Old Familiar Friend. Sort of folk rock, folk pop, whatever. I had to pick that up. Then these are really, really thin. My Baby, Dutch band. This is called Prehistoric Rhythm. How to describe their sound? I don't know. Is it indie rock? Could be. Is it sort of world music? Could be. I don't remember what they sound like. But I try to pick up everything interesting from the Netherlands. Here we have Spearhead, Michael Franti and Spearhead, All Rebel Rockers. Is a CD and DVD. CD, DVD. And Michael Franti. Yeah, what can I say about him? He's a freedom fighter, I would call it. Rapper, musician, singer, songwriter. spearhead, started out doing more of a hip hop thing, but he started to sing more instead of rap. And I like it, but I have not heard this one yet. Then another thin one. This is Fateless, Forever Fateless, a compilation CD. The greatest hits, as you can see. Booklet, CD, Fateless, electronic music. This was a cool find. Funkadelic. This is the best of Funkadelic, 76, sorry, to 1981. It's on Charlie Records, as you can see. How can I not pick up Funkadelic? This is the other project by Rudy Trouvé, or whatever his name was, who was in Deus and who did Gore Slut, which I just showed you, excuse me. This is called Kiss My Jazz. The album is called In the Lost Souls Convention. Kiss My Jazz. The genre is already in the title of the band name. It's jazz, but very different, more experimental, more indie. I think there's one more of that later on, but this was an album by the Manic Street Preachers that always eluded me, but now I have it. This is the Holy Bible, 1994. One of their best, apparently. So I had to pick that up. Then here we have the Black Crowes, Lions, which I didn't have yet. Yeah, everybody knows the Black Crowes. So I'm not going to talk too much about that. I believe this is the debut album by Earth, Wind and Fire, which I didn't have yet either on CD or vinyl. So yeah, some funky music by Earth, Wind and Fire, self-titled debut album. Some more jazz. Here we have Oscar Peterson plays the Duke Ellington Songbook on Verve. It's a special edition. It's got a booklet here, and there's the CD. More traditional jazz. This was a cool find as well. Black Caesar by James Brown. Okay, yeah, there. Funky soundtrack, blaxploitation movie Black Caesar. I have never seen the movie. I never owned the music on vinyl, but now I have it on CD. And if I do ever find it on vinyl, I will definitely pick it up because it's James Brown and it's blaxploitation music. What more could go wrong? Nothing, I guess. This is Camino, Universal Love Music. I think we're halfway through. Yeah, 18 minutes already. I think this is a Belgian band, an indie rock group. It's on a label called Label Man. Yeah, like I say, I love Belgian music from the 80s, 90s. Here we have Nina Simone. This is Baltimore. I think this is originally on CTI, but I don't know. This is a legacy release on Epic. Nina Simone. This is from the late 70s, if I'm not mistaken. It's somewhere here. 1978, yes. So, love me some Nina. This one I already had. This is Roots by Sepultura, but it is called The Roots of Sepultura because there's a CD, extra CD in here. See, there's one, and there's two that features, I think, rare tracks from their early period as well. I have to look up what it is, but it's more trash / death metal or whatever they did. than this one. Roots is a classic album, by the way, but I really want to hear more of their early stuff. So some metal. Then this one. This is the Headhunters. If you don't know, they were on the album Headhunters by Herbie Hancock. Had to look it up. And this is an album by the group themselves. It features Benny Maupin, Bill Summers, Paul Jackson, Mike Clark, and Herbie Hancock's on here as well. It's called Return of the Headhunters. Some funky jazz. This, I had to pick this up. This is Billy Idol with Idol songs. 11 of the best. So it's a best of Billy Idol. Some 80s pop. Sometimes I need 80s pop. Here we have Hot Hot Heat. Indie rock group from the US. It's got a DVD as well. I never ever watched those DVDs. See, it's 2 CDs, 2 discs. But yeah, Hot Hot Heat, full-length album that I didn't have yet. Here's the other Kiss My Jazz record. In a Service Station, that's what it's called. Again, experimental alternative jazz. This was a pretty cool find. This is Death to the Pixies. We're Better. Now there's a compilation called Death to the Pixies, but this is another compilation that was released in the Netherlands alone, I think, because it features Dutch bands covering the Pixies, which I am so happy with. There's a couple I do know of the artists, but a lot of them I don't, so this is going to be a discovery. Everybody knows the Pixies. Pixies used to be my favorite band ever, so this is a great way to hear versions of Pixies classics like Gigantic, like Where's My Mind. There's a Dutch version of that as well, which should be fun. Is She Weird? Hey, Here Comes Your Man. Isla de Encanta, I Bleed. Classic Pixies songs, but reworked by Dutch groups. Another Ryuichi Sakamoto CD. This one is called Heartbeat, and it's from, I believe, the 90s, but I could be wrong. It's not a soundtrack, it's a studio album, and I had to pick that up. Okay, the last one from the batch from last week, and there's 4 more that I picked up today. This is a 2-for-1. Edwin Starr. Love Edwin Starr. This one I have on vinyl, 25 Miles, classic album. This one I didn't have at all. This is War and Peace, I believe from 1971. Classic soul. Maybe it fits in with the northern soul sound. I don't know, but I love Edwin Starr. Now on to the last 4 CDs. Picked these up today. First one is, I had to have it. It's a double disc. This is Ghana Special. Modern High Life, Afro Sounds, and Ghanaian Blues, 1968 to 1981. 2 discs. Comes with a very large informative booklet. There's a disc here. And there's a disc here. And it's African music. And I love African music. Really, really do. Then, Soft Cell. Now, I don't know if this is a compilation or a remix album or a studio album, but it's called Monoculture. Never heard of it. No, it's a CD single. Didn't see that one coming. Didn't look carefully enough. Anyway, it's got some remixes. Monoculture. I'm gonna listen to it. I don't know much about it. This is a sealed copy. Sun Little. It's on Anti Records, so I had to pick it up. I don't know what this is, but like I said, it's sealed. They had a whole bunch of these. Picked up one, and the last CD I have is this one. This is Little Boots with Hands. Debut album from BBC's Sounds of 2009. Sorry. It's on 679 Records, which is a label I do know of. Could be interesting, could be poppy, could be whatever. So I'm ending with this one. This is all I have to show you. It's 25 minutes, so I'm done. If you want to leave some comments, please leave some comments. If you know any of these albums and you know some information, or you know if it's a good album or just terrible, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, click that subscribe button thing, and I'm just doing this because everybody does it, I guess. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.